should President Ruto be judged in 2027 on new promises that he's making or on the implementation of his own policies? We do not give the mailman a pat on the back for delivering mail.
Yeah.
No, but also what I'm saying is that, okay, so but if the mailman is failing to deliver mail and now your mail is coming, do you say that they have improved service or not? Or you're saying they're giving you service?
How should we judge, because we're going to be voting in 2027.
Yes.
How should we judge the options that we have as diasporans?
So for us as diasporans, the only thing we can vote in unless things change
now,
is
I want to come to Mika. I don't know that Mika is still there.
Right?
Yeah.
The only thing we can vote in unless things change is presidential.
Yeah.
Right? So we would have to look at what the options are. And Mikasi, Upo.
Yeah.
We would need to look at the question is to you.
No, let me start with you, Mosh, before I go to Mika.
Yeah.
Maybe if the government already diagnosed some of these problems. Let's start with President Ruto. Should President Ruto be judged in 2027 on new promises that he's making or on the implementation of his own policies that he promised the diaspora?
He should be judged, in my opinion, on what he has done, not what he's going to do. Because what he's going to do, I cannot. It's a promise to me. What he's going to do, it's a promise, right? Yeah. Even with the next person coming in, it's a promise. And so then now it's a matter of saying, okay, at the promise part, I can look at both promises and say, okay, which one in gears with where I need things, my priorities, right? But I also want to see, okay, if then I'm also looking at, since this guy has been in office, what has he done?
Okay.
Right? Because the person who's coming in has not been in office, so I can't judge them on that unless Niseme, now I'm going to judge them on another trajectory.
So like with President Ruto, for example, like as a diasporan, and I know sometimes we as diasporans we make decisions based on things back home or even in our ancestral homes. But as a diasporan, how would you judge Ruto? In as far as how he's treated diaspora issues.
I think actually, in terms of diaspora issues, if I'm looking at diaspora issues, I think he's done pretty well.
For example,
for me, if I'm looking at diaspora issues, in terms of setting up that diaspora office, making things easier for people to, supposedly invest. I have not used those directions or gone down that path. The embassies seem to be working. There's things that we are able to do now that we were not able to do. A lot of electronic stuff, it's easier to get the visa, and so on. There's, ups and downs there. So I'm saying, and now again, if I'm looking at that from the diaspora side, right?
Yeah.
To the direct diaspora person, but not to our families. Like now, things on the ground. Which is because we are paying more now out of our pocket in terms of quote unquote black tax.
Yes,
for our people.
Yeah.
Right? Because of policies that this government has had in place or added in since they came in that has made their pockets get less money, which means we have to supplement. Okay. So if I'm looking at it from that piece alone, I would say he's failed. But if I'm looking at it overall with the things that they have put in place, that's affecting us directly as diasporans, not the side effect, because the things we pick up from home are side effects of policies.
Okay.
And so if I'm judging him on the side effects of those policies, I'd say failure.
Okay.
But if I'm judging him on the diaspora things that they've put in place, the rosy feel good things, blah blah blah, I'll say, I mean, Yukopoa, because I would even add in the so-called 6K of goods that we're now allowed to come back home with. Oh, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying, because some of us are those who, when we come in with things, when I'm be okay, phone 2000.
But that was a problem they created.
That problem wasn't there. Created.
It was a problem that didn't exist before.
Okay.
It is a problem that they created and then they solved it.
I wanted to come back to Mojo. Aweze seafood service delivery yenye inafaa kuwa ya kawaida, right? Hizi ni vitu zenye Big Ted alikuja akatembea akauliza huku maswali mingi akaanza kuimplement, akitolewa wameendelesha tu.
So did we ever have a $500 limit?
Hold up.
Or not?
Adi?
The $500 limit, was it there or not?
Were you ever, unakumbuka this
Hizo
time
miaka zote umeenda Kenya ushaulizwa juu ya $500
yes,
limit?
exactly, yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, was it on the books or not? That's all I'm asking. If it
wasn't, it was
okay, if it wasn't and they added it, and they're saying that they added it, because unless the things that I read and the ones that I saw were wrong, then I'll go with it.
Vitu zote wakijaribu. Remember when they were trying to raise money? And that is what led them to write those stupid finance bills. They were looking for money from all angles that they could get money from. To a point whereby walikuwa wanataka kutax watu and pesa kutoka TikTok na vitu zingine. So, no.
Okay.
The things of service delivery that's supposed to happen to diasporas from the consulates and from the embassies, that should not be something that you say he has done to improve anything for diasporans. At the end of the day, if you have a diplomatic issues, how is your country going to help you? That is the work of the embassy. Consular services vitu za kawaida hii ni kitu niko kusema kwenda CVS ukose nini Panadol. CVS ina fail. It always has to have paracetamol in there. Haiwezi kosa paracetamol.
But
ikiko paracetamol unasifu unasema CVS ile kwani kuna paracetamol. So that's the standard issue. It's supposed to be there.
I think what Mika is trying to say is we do not give the mailman a pat on the back for delivering mail.
Yeah.
No, but also what I'm saying is that, okay, so but if the mailman is failing to deliver mail and now your mail is coming, do you say that they have improved service or not? Or you're saying they're giving you service?
Unajua nini utasema they improve service, but you not say,
that's what I'm saying, because
okay. No,
we've always had a problem with the consular services. True or false?
Ngoja one at a time.
Omosh,
yeah.
You literally sat down and said that he has changed and brought us, right, in ukisema delivery, ukisema yes, utasema his word for the diaspora. Basically, hizi mtu Big Ted alikuwa ameanza kwa ile regime nyingine na ikikuja ikiendelea na vile aliendelea kuzulele, it was a way of how to get and engage the diasporans. That is fine. But then let's see how he turned around and helped the same diasporans with the fees za kuingia kwa country, right? No, don't say it happened.
No, I think Mika, I think here's the problem. I think the standards, were brought so low, and to the point where, you're a mailman, you had been assigned to deliver maybe mail to 100 houses, and then you decided, I'm not going to be delivering mail to 100 houses, I will be delivering to only 50. So now you only deliver to 50 houses. So there are 50 houses that are not getting mail. And then one day you decide, let me now move it to 60 houses. So now you're still delivering to 60 houses, 40 are not being delivered, but you come back and say that you've improved and you're asking for a promotion. Because you improved from 50 to 60 instead of doing 100. What's going to happen to you is that you're going to get fired. That opportunity will not come up. And I think the problem now is you're not seeing things that way. And with Ruto's government, they were very good at creating problems and then providing solutions to those problems. Another person who's also very good at that is Trump. Create a problem, impose some random tariffs, cause so much heartache, and then you go lose a case in court, and then you come and say that I am now providing relief to people. And I think that's a difficulty now. Outside Ruto, Mika, mtu kama Sifuna, he's never been on the hot seat. He's been a senator. if Sifuna wants our support, what should we be looking for, or what should we be demanding? Because with President Ruto, you know, like, he has a record.
He should come here, engage people. Si ile engage ya town hall ile watu ni engage people, listen to people, understand their pains, right? And by understanding their pains, assure them how you're going to make the cost of living back home easy for them to continue with sustaining their families, and also make it easy for them in terms of traveling, interaction, investing, and basically accessing their nationality and accessing what their nationality allows them to have. That's the way people are supposed to engage diasporas, not as a source of income, but just as Kenyans who can equally contribute to the development of that country, both intellectually and financially.
Mi utaniongezea hapo spiritually.
Hata hiyo spiritually tu hapana, lakini sawa.